important one for the culture. All the other one was entertainment, but this is also a blend of entertainment and education as well. Because
Yes.
when it comes to finances, I do think besides my family, that's the second most important thing in my life. I try to keep, stay financially literate. Um, as I grow up, you know what I mean? I try to keep myself in line with my age. So, and I know you're very well inclined in that. So tell us how you first started getting into financial literacy.
Bro, so honestly, I was always kind of into stocks. Actually, if y'all remember Roommate from high school,
Yeah, yeah.
he's the one who put me on because he was doing
Really?
stocks and he was making mad money with it. So
Yeah.
he's the one who kind of showed me like, yeah, bro, start investing. But I didn't really take it that serious. I started taking it serious when COVID came and I got laid off. Luckily, I only got laid off for like 2 days and I was
Where were
back.
you working? Where were you working at?
I'm still working there. I work at Subaru.
Oh,
And
but you got laid off and rehired?
yeah, bro, in 2 days.
That's clutch.
Dude, I was like, bless up, bro.
Yeah.
Because I know people are still unemployed. That's just crazy.
Yeah, man. Seriously.
But
And
yeah,
so then when did the page like come? Because you have that 123 investments on Instagram. When did that page come to
so that
materialize?
one came because I kept getting a lot of questions like, yo, what are you doing? Like, how do you do it? So I was like, you know what? Let me start something where I can teach people how to do this for free.
Right.
So for now, I haven't been posting on it because I got something different I'm trying to create because I didn't like how I was delivering content to people. I felt
Yeah.
like it was mad choppy and stuff. So I'm finding a different way to deliver. So it can
Me
be a
personally, I really liked it. If it means anything,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed your videos. Like
Uh-huh.
it was
Yeah,
just kind of cool to see someone else doing something that I do in a different way. You know what I mean? Because you can
yeah,
always think what you're doing is the best, but if you're not tapping into what other people are doing, then you're not gonna learn anything else. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Thanks. I love how you really broke it down though. Like you started from the fucking beginning. Like, what is a stock? What is a bond? What is a ETF? What is a, you know what I'm saying?
Dude,
Yeah,
Like,
because like when
mhm.
I was investing, I didn't know what the stock like. I was investing in the stock market, and I barely knew what the stock market was, bro. Like I barely knew what it did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's a thing where like our parent, well, maybe not our parents, but like there's a lot of people who like stay away from it. They think it's a gamble and they think it's like it's a scheme, but it's really not. It's there to like really help you if you understand what's really going on with it.
Honestly, bro, especially like in our generation, the way money is set up, bro, like the cost of living is getting expensive. I don't care where you're at. Like, even in Georgia, even in the South, it's getting expensive. Places are buying up all the land in New York. If you want to live in New York at this age, bro, like if you're not planning something, you have no
Yeah.
chance. It's
no,
dead for
it's
you.
not that only if you're not planning something. If you're not a celebrity of some sort, if you're
Yeah.
not, like a multi-millionaire at
Uh-huh.
this age, bro, you're not living there comfortably.
Yeah,
Bro,
it's dead.
you can
Mhm.
get a studio apartment paying 3 grand a month. Like what?
Oh,
Yeah,
Like, come
fuck
on,
that, bro.
bro.
And
and,
then and then,
and
and then they'd be like, but the wages be higher up there.
I
I'm like,
wonder
bro,
why. I
but
wonder why. You still
the
struggle.
wages are the exact same. They're just
yeah,
equivalent to, you know what I mean?
the
It's ridiculous.
proportion is just proportionary to the cost of living. And it's like,
Exactly.
bro, in today's world, like, dude, if you are not paying attention to where your dollars are going at a younger age, because like every generation had it easier before us. Because
Mhm.
like money meant something different. Imagine a hamburger was 5 cents at one point. That
Yeah,
shit, you go to places, you buy a $5 hamburger, and that's cheap now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
You eating shit too.
Yeah. And you're
You think there's anything that you
yeah.
can buy for 5 cents like in this world right now?
No, no, not at all. Ain't nothing fucking free.
You know, it's funny, like cents and pennies almost mean nothing now. Like there's no purchasing power that they hold. Like,
I was telling somebody that the other day, like I think change is underrated for sure.
yeah,
When it comes to quarters and dimes though, like when it comes to
yeah.
nickels and pennies, I don't care about nickels and pennies, but they're almost like useless really
You
when you
know
think about
what?
it.
Actually, I want to ask y'all what's the brokest shit y'all ever did. And I'm gonna start. I used to be living at that little coin machine with the, you know what I'm talking
Wait,
about? The
Yeah,
coin
you have to
machine, you
dump
take
all the
all the
quarters.
hell yeah, you take all your change, Patrick, before
oh
every
yeah,
football
yeah,
game.
yeah.
I would gather all the change in my house, all the change in my car, and I would take that shit on Friday, cash that shit in. One time I came out with $60 just
Wait,
Dang.
off
what coin machine?
the coin machine, the little coin thing at
Coinstar.
Kroger. Yeah, Kroger.
Oh, I've never been there before.
You've never cashed in coins?
Nah, no. Well, I mean, I
Damn,
collect coins, and my mom just gives me cash. But no, I've never been to the one.
Oh
damn, bro, you
man,
gotta do that just for the
I'm
experience.
telling you, yeah, you'll
Damn,
start
I might
keeping
have to
those
tap.
little that little 22 cents you get in change. You'll stop throwing that in the. You feel
I
me?
don't even honestly. I don't even think that's broke. You got to give me another one. That's just smart. That's just being smart.
Okay, okay.
You gotta give me some real
Another
coins.
one of the brokest shit I ever did, man. Like I definitely feel like it comes on with a date with a girl. Oh, bruh. A lot of times, and this is reoccurring. A lot of times, girls will want to go on dates, right? And you got to choose between gas and that date a lot of times. So like I've picked girls up and the tank is on E and they'll say something like, yo, Kevin, that your tank is like empty, bro. You need gas. And in my head, I'm like, does this motherfucker want to go to the movies? Like, if it's either do you want to go to the movie or
Or
do
you
you
want me
want to know my gas tank is full? You gotta pick one. Like I used to really be on that, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, to this day, bro, my girlfriend will still be like, Kevin, you need gas. Yo, we're going out to eat at that place you said you wanted to eat at. Did you go look at the menu? Like, bro, 17. You see 17 next to a chicken sandwich that we could get for $5 at Chick-fil-A.
That's funny.
Kevin, the place is 28 miles away. You got 17. Don't worry
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
but you got to know your car though, Eric. You feel me? You got to know. Every dude knows his car. Men know their car really well.
Side note. What's the lowest y'all have ever let y'all take go to?
2 miles.
2.
Oh, that's
2 miles.
so nice. That's good though, Eric. My
Bro,
shit.
one time.
Pat, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say one time I was like,
Mhm.
so I was probably like 10 miles away from Quick Trip because I had to get to the nearest gas station, but I was on zero. Like I was on zero, 10 miles away from the nearest.
Oh,
So I drove 10 miles on zero.
Oof.
That's how low I got my tank.
damn.
So what my thing starts doing is it starts doing this. You feel me? It doesn't go on zero. A bar just comes up and starts doing this past a certain number. So for me, when that happens, I be telling people in the car, don't worry, we got about 20. We got about 25 left.
Well, the average, because zero isn't the lowest that your car
Yeah,
goes.
it's not.
And it's bad that I know that, but
Yeah.
like you have an average of 10 miles after it hits zero
Yo,
to get to the nearest gas station.
Okay.
Because nigga, if zero was the last leg, boy, I would be stranded places
A lot.
every month. Every month.
You ever told someone, bro, I can't go because, and you didn't, and like they asked you why, and you ain't want to tell them it was gas? Like that's the big one for me, man. There's been so many times niggas like, bro, pull up. We going to Atlanta, bro. We finna get crazy. I'm like, bro.
my gas tank ain't talking.
You can scoop.
Yeah, bro. Hey, bro. I just don't feel like making that drive, man. Like honestly.
Nah, bro. People used to ask me like Patrick, why you getting scooped? Don't you got a car? I'm like, yeah, but I'm not trying to waste no gas. Like that's
and the thing is, niggas without cars don't understand that.
No, they're like, bro, I'll be driving everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
niggas
bro,
without cars, they be like, bro, I can't wait to get my whip. Okay, get your whip. It costs money to drive places. Yeah, you niggas who've had cars like their whole lives know, like I'm taking the scoop every single time. Every single time, bro.
My parents be like, yo, you want to come out with us? I'm like, who driving?
Yeah, no, right.
All right, bet. I'm down. Let's go.
Absolutely. No, you start to love going places with your parents because it's they're driving.
Oh, bro. And then once especially if you're going to that restaurant, because you know they paying too.
And they're paying with food. Hey, but when you were a kid, you were mad as fuck though.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you ain't want to go out to eat. I want to go meet my friends.
Yeah. I'm 21 now, bro. When my mom, let's go.
Every opportunity to go out to eat, you're like, let's go. You start suggesting, Mom, we should go eat at
But
in my tank too.
What's your brokest story, Eric?
It has to be getting the popcorn containers out of the garbage at the movie.
Oh, bro.
It has to be that, bro.
Oh mine. Oh my god.
Eric, did it stop for popcorn with y'all? We were getting the cups.
Oh yeah, I did the
drink.
Orange drink.
You take her to the movies. You say, "Hey, bro, you want? Don't worry, we gonna find the seats, and I'll get the snacks. Just tell me what you want."
You sit, I'll be right back.
She said, "I want popcorn, drink." Okay,
that's crazy.
She come.
You know, she's the one though when she's like, "Oh, babe, I'm down." Like when you tell her that you finna
Oh,
get it out the trash.
oh no, you can't tell them, Pat. That's
No.
No,
rude.
but I mean, if
Mhm.
they find out and they're like, "Oh, bro, I would have been on that." Imagine.
Yeah, I have never
She's a
received that though.
keeper. She's a keeper, but I never tell her.
Yeah, I've never received
I'll
that.
never.
Got you a large
Nah,
popcorn, a large drink.
what's funny is when you was in the bathroom washing the popcorn thing and someone came in and they was like, yo,
What are you doing?
Mind your business.
you was just like, yeah, nah, bro, I dropped the thing on the floor, man.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I know the employees used to get suspicious. Like, why is this so clean? Like, why is there not one kernel in the bucket?
For real.
You drop your popcorn every time you go.
Nah, what we used to do with the cups is we'd come back and rip the cup and be like, man, we had a spill. It ripped, so we can get a completely new drink cup, because you can clean the popcorn, but the drink cup is a little sus. Like,
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
We would rip the cup.
What if niggas taking the lids and the straws? What would you tell if one of your niggas took the straw out the trash, bro, and started drinking out that bitch?
Bruh.
Bro, just ask for a new straw. Damn.
The thing
That's
is,
funny.
the thing is with that shit, bro. Like at 21, I still be tempted to, man. Like,
Bro, did you ever work up the courage to ask someone as they're leaving the theater before they threw it away?
Oh,
Actually, no, I never have.
Eric, did you?
I was thinking about it, and I was like,
oh,
I'll get that shit out the garbage, but like I just see people, I'm like, damn, bro, they still got popcorn. They about to throw that shit away.
I'd be too nervous sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, bro, I don't know what this nigga's gonna think if I ask him that. Like, I'd be thinking the worst. This nigga talking about something. Hell no. Broke ass. Nah, but
Hey, you never know. Maybe they get out the garbage too.
that is true. That is true. Because definitely if someone asked me, I definitely wouldn't be too. But I think the story, man, you stole mine. So I gotta think. One, the only one I can think off the top of my head is one time I owed both these dudes 15 for a Super Bowl win. And I took every last coin that I had and I put $15 in a plastic bag and I handed both of them their money. And it was just full of quarters and like $1 bills. Like, it was a lot of money. I think that's probably but that also just ties into, like you said, like I said, the smart thing. Because I just wasn't, even though it's still money I had, I wasn't finna cash at them. I wasn't finna take cash I had in my wallet to give it to them. You know what I mean? It's just the principle. You know what I mean?
Going through the couch pillows and shit. Yo, let me see.
Yes, bro.
I'm going. Patrick went to his mom's car and picked out the ashtray, all the fucking coins.
I probably did, bro. This was 11th grade, so I honestly wouldn't doubt it.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. So, but now, so knowing, I guess, these humble beginnings that we all have, quote unquote, what about that makes you want to like be strict, I guess, and disciplined with your finances? Because like a lot of people our age are like, bro, like, why give a fuck, nigga? Like, I'm gonna get a job, it's all gonna be cool. But like, what makes you care about that shit so much now?
Honestly, I always just wanted to be able to be like free and not have to worry. But it escalated much more when I went to Miami because we were staying in it was like a apartment type thing. And people were staying there for vacation, but people were also living there in the middle of downtown. And the way you can tell is like you have a wristband if you're visiting, or if you're staying, you ain't got nothing, you're just chilling. So I'm like, damn, I got a wristband. He's just chilling.
Yeah.
So how do I get to where you're at, where you just chilling? Because I know money ain't for you if you're staying here.
Yeah. Does that make you like, do you feel driven by materialism or what, or something else? Because like for me, it's a balance. Like sometimes I feel driven by materialistic shit. Like I want to have a nice house one day. I want to have a nice car, but I always got to snap out of that and be like, nigga, it's not even about that. Like,
definitely a balance, because I do want the nice car, the exotics and all that shit, but I also want to be able to say like, yo, if I don't want to work today, I ain't gotta work today. We good. We got it.
Facts. Pat?
That's the thing. I think like at our age, because sometimes like I feel like the people who start their own stuff kind of are down on themselves. Like when they go like 3, 4, 5 days, even weeks without touching their stuff that they've like, created. They haven't been consistent as they possibly can. But I feel like at this age, we just have to set the alley up for ourselves. You know what I mean? Like we just have to set ourselves up with the opportunities. Like if you started investing last year and you only have $50 in your account, don't worry about it. You're 21.
You
as
gotta
long as you're
start.
continuing this while you're 23, you already set yourself up 2 years ago. You know, you have the knowledge, you have the money in there. Just continue and strive onto what you created. So that's how I feel about it. I think, like you, and that leads on to what you're saying. Like, if you set yourself up at this age, at age 30, you could possibly be like, I don't want to work today because you set yourself up when you were 21. So I just feel like this is the time where you have to just set yourself up.
All right, so we're talking about setting yourself up, but niggas our age do a lot of dumb shit. So
They do.
what do you think is the dumbest shit? Like, what from y'all's perspectives, where do you think people are fucking up? Like big, like you're like, bruh, what the fuck are you doing?
Shoes, bro.
Oh, I have a story about that actually. Kevin was actually with me.
Go ahead.
So this is when I probably had there was actually no charges on my credit card at this time, but I was on a trip with Kevin and I had $200 in my bank account. And when I get around Kevin kind of like is a catalyst for me spending money. I kind of spend like probably 5 times more than I would by myself.
Right.
And so we hit this one store called Soul by Style. It's like the shoe store. And I'm like, man, like these fucking like these Space Jams are crazy. Like these shits are so I've wanted Space Jams like all my life. Ever since I knew about Jordan, those were the first shoe that I ever wanted as far as like a retro. So I was like, damn, like if I could only get these, I was like, wait, my credit card's at 0. Like I have no credit on it right now. I might as well just go crazy on them. And then I looked at this I saw the metallic purples, the 4s. Yeah. And I was like, those shits are hard though. And then I was like, bro, if I have nothing on there and this would literally only be half, why not just get both? And I was like, bro, give me both of these in the size 10. And he was like, both of them? I was like, yeah, both of them. And it came out to be like 8, knowing damn well I didn't have 8, knowing damn well. But I thought about it. I was like, well, I'm just going to make it back anyways. And so I bought both of them. And yeah, I bought both of them. I was down 8. Fortunately, I did make it back when I got back home. But that's easily the stupidest thing I've ever done with shoes, bro. That's easily the stupidest. So yeah,
I used to want to invest in shoes because like I found myself making a bunch of dumb decisions when it came to shoes, and not even just shoes, nigga. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it's clothing and just outer appearance. Like everyone wants to look good and nice stuff, but aren't focused on like, yo, what did it cost you to get that shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? And can you make money off of it? So like when I was buying shoes, I realized, oh fuck, if I keep on this rate, I'm always gonna be broke. Because I'm gonna be spending $200-300 on shoes, so I might as well start trying to flip them. But flipping shoes is hard too. Niggas don't realize that. Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, it's not as easy as it looks, bro.
It's not nearly as easy as it looks. Like kudos to any dudes that can actually flip shoes, but like
Nate,
Nate
Battle.
Yeah,
Josh, the heat plug, the ATL plug, Josh Quadra, he be flipping them joints, man.
Oh yeah,
but for me, I think the dumbest shit I see niggas do when it comes to finance, bro, is it's damn near just not planning your shit, bro. And like not knowing what's good and bad as far as like, yeah, just not knowing the good and the bad shit. Like, because for example, credit card debt, that's bad debt, Patrick, just because the interest rate is really high. But like college debt isn't the worst for you, or getting like or getting like a home and getting like a mortgage. That's not bad. Like getting a bank loan for a house is not bad debt. Like you got to know what's good and bad for you. So like for me, it's always been like, okay, if I cop a pair of shoes, okay, I may spend my 200 now, but if I sell that shoe for 300 later, that's not the worst decision in the world. Or like if you sold your Space Jams and shit like that. So I think appearance is the dumbest shit people spend their money on.
Yeah. And I'm definitely a victim.
Yeah, no,
I'm definitely a victim. It's just because that's one thing I take like very seriously, bro. Like I love my clothes. Like I love my shoes. Like I love my accessories. Like I really genuinely do love that shit.
Yeah.
So it's like now it hurts. Just like I was at JCPenney's yesterday and I seen these Celine glasses and like I was literally contemplating buying them, knowing I shouldn't buy them. And that's literally all I've been thinking about these past couple of days. I'm like, bro, how can I get those glasses? Knowing I can't really get them.
Like you don't even need glasses, nigga. Like you
know what I mean?
Straight, yeah.
But yeah, that's how it gets. It's tough.
Honestly, I gotta say the dumbest shit I did was, although it was a goal, it was getting my car. I gotta say that was like the dumbest.
You think that was dumb?
Yeah, because I had I kind of go back and forth with it, but I've had 3 cars. I had my Dodge, but that got totaled out. So I bought a Hyundai, and then I bought the WRX. But when I bought the Hyundai, my mom co-signed on it, and I wanted her because she wanted a new car. So I was like, I know she's good. Either way, she's gonna be able to get one, but I know how she is. And she's like, she wants to know everything's lined up before she even goes to the dealer. Like, I don't even gotta worry about them saying no or anything. So I was like, I gotta get off of my car so she can be good and her credit score will be good to get into her car. So I went and bought the WRX, but I could have got someone a lot cheaper and nicer. But I was like, fuck it, and balled out.
You have a nice car though, man.
I actually
love
haven't seen your car.
bro. I
You
love
haven't
it.
seen it? He has a nice the Subaru WRX. It's like a race car, Pat.
Yeah,
It's
I've
so
never
much
seen it before.
fun. It's so much fun.
But I feel everyone has that advice of what, like, you know, you just gotta get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A car is probably gonna be there for me because my car is fucked. Like, Eric, my car is fucked.
No
up.
cap, bro. I've been hearing your speakers too.
Oh, when I'm listening to music in the car,
My God.
bro, them joys. If my car is so fun, and I love my car. I love every car I've ever driven. I treat cars like people, but someone crashed my whip, and ever since it has been fucked. So I feel like when I graduate college, that is probably the first thing I'm going to do is probably buy a car. And cars, you know, they lose value very, very fucking quickly. But I think I will say though, in the sense of cars, though, I think one thing our generation will be able to do is buy electric cars. And electric cars last longer. They go for 300,000 miles. And if you can
See,
get
that's
them
something that's
charged, like,
too. Like my car is a manual. I guarantee a lot of people don't know how to drive my car. And
yeah.
I feel like our parents, they all know how to drive a manual.
Yeah, my mom
So I
knows
feel
how to.
like it's going more to electric than our regular gas motors.
Yeah, I really
And
want to buy an electric giant.
I want that Tesla.
No, that's my like dream car out of college. Like my dream car altogether is probably like they have this like Rolls Royce truck, it's almost like as big as like an Escalade, like a Tahoe. But
Yeah.
that's like my ultimate dream car.
Really? Ew. I like sleek stuff, Patrick. They just came out with this Porsche 911, the Taycan. It's an all electric turbo.
Oh, really?
I've seen a lot of them. Which is a tough.
That's what I want. Now, obviously, I don't know if I'll be able to afford that out of college, but definitely dream car someday. Porsche, easy.
For sure.
Huracan.
You need a what?
Oh, bro, yeah. A Huracan would be so tough.
I need one.
And bitches be so like I kind of do fuck with like low cars because that shit like literally probably like skids the road. Like that's how low that shit is. Like them shits are fine.
What is
the
that?
Lamborghini.
What? Oh, that's a Lambo?
Yeah.
Hello, fucking.
Because they have like the Urus and they have the Huracan and they have something else. I think.
Aventador.
Yeah, Aventador. Yeah, the only reason literally I know these names is because rappers just be saying it in their lyrics.
This is facts, bro.
Yeah, when
that's how I know half these cars.
Baby said that shit in blindfold. Aventador 2020. I ain't having a choice. Yeah, right. I'm telling you, bro. But yeah, yeah, that shit's crazy. But as far as your like financial literacy, I know you're into stocks. I don't know if you're into options, but we'll get to that later. When it comes to stocks, for people that don't know, what is like your process in picking a stock? And even though there's not a perfect stock, what does your perfect stock look like?
Really, it's something that you know. And I feel like a lot of people just invest because someone else is telling them to invest. But like, y'all got Nikes. Everybody got a pair of Nikes. We all see the Nike commercials, and they're more of like community-based, like helping the community-based commercials. So we're like, okay, Nike is not only are they giving you good sneakers and apparel and stuff like that, but they're helping the community. So people are going to be buying more of that product. You're going to be like attracted to that company to buy more and more of their stuff because of what they're putting out. So instead of buying their shoes and shirts, instead take that $120 and buy stock instead.
Yeah.
We all have closets full of designer brands or whatever, maybe not designer brands, but Nike, Adidas, Polo, and all that stuff. Instead of keeping on buying those clothing, buy investments in that too. Because I guarantee you that stock is going to keep going up because people are going to keep buying Jordans, people are going to keep buying Yeezys and all stuff like that.
So like, do you feel like you do a lot of research when it comes to what you choose to invest in, or is it just as simple as that with what you know?
Sometimes it's a lot of research because like Tesla, that one's a difficult one because of how volatile it is. Because when you invest in Tesla, you're investing in the cars. But Tesla also has like the solar
SpaceX.
panels,
Yeah,
SpaceX, but you're not investing into that. You're only investing into Tesla as the car brand. So
true.
for that, you have to really do your research on that on something like that to
Hmm.
be able to come up with that's a safe investment for your money.
Yeah. What made you decide? Because with your page, you're very transparent. What made you like, and that's rare, like that's very rare. Like a lot of people have YouTube channels and stuff, and they'll maybe suggest people towards a stock, but they won't show their portfolio though, because it's like they want to be selfish with their earnings. And so what makes you transparent? Like what made you decide to be that transparent?
Because I want people to know like I'm not trying to like fuck you over. Like this is what I'm doing with it. So if you want to take that advice, go ahead. But this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you how it goes. Like I don't know who if it was you or Pat, but I posted it. I was investing in Twitter,
Hmm.
and one of you guys was like, "Why Twitter?" And that was just one that
Yeah,
I kept watching that stock, and I bought it at 51.93, and I think today it's at $64.
it is at $64. I actually put in the Twitter after, because I'm the one that asked you why Twitter.
Yeah,
And after your explanation, I bought some Twitter. But aside from stocks, you've talked about bonds, ETFs, and you've talked about index funds. Do you invest in anything outside of stocks?
I'm looking for some ETFs because
Mhm.
I mean,
Explain that for the people who are watching, by the way.
so the biggest ETF is probably SPY 500. Basically, that's the top 500 traded companies in the United States right now, all put into one ETF. So the reason it'll be so good to invest in something like that if you can't just pick one single stock. So instead, you invest in a whole bunch of stocks. And instead of if you invest in Twitter and it goes down 8%, you lose 8% that day. But if you invest in an ETF, one stock goes down 8%, another one goes up 10%, it evens out. So you don't lose all your money. So
Mm,
it's a much safer investment for a beginner.
right, right. So is that's pretty sounds so, but ETFs are like an industry, correct?
Yes.
Like you can choose like the medical industry and like invest
Yep.
in that, right? Okay. Versus like an index fund is like an S&P 500 is the top 500 companies
Yep.
regardless of industry,
Yep.
right? Okay, I see what you're saying. How about, have you looked into bonds and stuff like that?
Not really, but bonds, because bonds is really like an IOU kind of. So like basically you're giving a company, let's say $1,000, but you can't get that back for a certain amount of time. So whether it's like 5 years, 10 years, you can't just pull it out. So
Hmm.
it's
It's
either,
not even guaranteed that you even get that money back.
yeah, exactly. It's
Damn.
basically if they turn and make money on that, then they pay you back your initial investment plus whatever they made on that investment.
Really? And then they can lose all the money.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was in an interview with a company and they asked me, Kevin, if I was 60 years old and had $1 million, what would you put my money in terms of stocks and bonds? And like, so bonds is supposed to be the safer way, but I didn't know you couldn't get your money back if they don't
Some of
make
Sometimes.
them
the.
you can't. It's like a contract type thing.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's just like because like even though like people would try to say it's like equivalent to stocks, at any moment in time you could take your money out of a stock and you could have that 20,000 you put
Mhm.
into that one stock. You
Mhm.
put that 20,000 into a bond. It's not like you call Delta like, yo, Delta, I'm gonna need that 20,000 or like 5,000 of the 20,000 back.
Yeah,
They got
Yeah.
that shit. You're not
yeah,
getting it.
because they're using it to invest in whatever they need to invest in, their
Okay.
research and development or whatever. So it's
Yeah.
basically an IOU after a while.
Okay. I see what you mean. How about, have you looked into Forex?
A lot of people have been telling me to look into Forex. I don't know too much about it
Uh-huh.
yet, but it's something I want to try to get into later,
Yeah.
but it's not something I know too strong on right now.
Right. We did an interview with individual in Forex that may come out before yours or after yours. I would suggest that you watched it because I just watched it the other day. And even when we did it, Patrick, we learned a lot. And then I just watched it yesterday when I was editing, and I learned a lot from watching it. And like from what I can take away right now, not to spoil the video, but like I realized every industry you want to get into as far as investments, whether it's real estate, foreign exchange, stock market, whatever the hell it is, it's going to require some level of work if you want tangible results. So and then there's also some level of learning involved with each one. Like no one was just born with knowledge of real estate. They don't even teach that shit in schools. So you have to take the time, and you're probably going to have to lose money to learn regardless. So like even with Forex, obviously people are skeptical because they're like, why am I paying $300 for a fucking class? But it's like, dude, you're probably going to lose $300 investing in stocks to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So you got to choose and picking your losses. So,
but that's the thing too. People would rather go buy that $300 pair of Jordans and not $300 class to invest in yourself. And that's the mindset of people that we kind of got to change. Like invest in yourself now.
Absolutely. I don't know if that's a thing that'll ever change though for people, bro, because it's like,
I think it's starting to become more clear now, like for the reason that like you put your 300,000 into something and you're really, really smart about it. That 300 could be turned into 3,000. You could take 300 out of it and then go buy those Jordans. Like you don't have to be this like the perfect investor and put all your money into something and not touch it for years. You could be the semi-smart investor, put your money into stuff just so it can grow to a certain extent and then take some out to buy the things that you want to buy. You know what I mean? Like that's the reason why money grows. Like your money can't grow in your bank account. It's impossible. It's
just facts, bro.
It's literally you working hours through whatever investment bank you're from. You're literally working a job, except for you're not working at all and you're not moving a muscle. That's all it is.
With the SPY index, like, okay, if you put your money in a savings account, typically an interest rate is going to be like 1 to 2% return on it. SPY a year is at least on average 8%. So it was like, okay, why would I leave my money in a savings account where I'm gonna get a return of 1 to 2% when I can put it here and get 8%?
Facts. And the bank's making money off of your shit too. They make hella money off of your shit.
They investing it.
They're throwing your shit around. They just keep that number in your app. So you think you're cool. Like it's crazy, bro.
There's a show I watch called Billions. It's called Billions. And it's about this dude named Bobby Axelrod, and he owns an investment bank. But he wants to have a retail bank. Like the whole show is basically about him. Not the whole show, but the end of the show. He's trying to be an owner of his own bank because he realized how much money the people in the banks are making. So that just sums it up for you. The people that have those investment firms are not making as much as the people who own their own banks, like Charles Schwab or all those people.
Because imagine a bank, if you really think about it, a bank is the funniest idea in the world. I walk into a building and just hand them my money and say, hey man, I'm saving. Please, hold my money. And before the FDIC insured it, right, to $200,000, there was no guarantee you were getting it back. Right. Yeah. So you walk to a bank, you hand them their money, and guess what they do? They walk right back out at the back door with your shit and go spend it. Because they know this nigga put it in a savings account. He's not even coming back he's not gonna come back for months, if not years, to touch this shit. Exactly. And he's just gonna keep bringing me money. So imagine you were at your house and a nigga came to your house and said, hey bro, here's $10, bro. I don't feel like spending it anytime soon, but I may come back for it one day. What are you doing with that $10, nigga?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna spend it.
Yeah, you're like, okay, let's take his $10 and shit. Maybe if he needs $10 one day, I'll give it back to him. Exactly. If he asks, and banks are so smart, there's even a limit how many times you can transfer from your savings to your checkings every month. I remember I was transferring shit. Bank of America hit me up. It was like, oh, bro, you got 6 times to do this shit, bro. We don't even feel like giving you your money.
I'm just saying my savings account's a checking account because I did that shit too many times.
You feel me? And it's like, dog. Banks are so smart, nigga. You're literally they're just sitting like this all day. They're sitting like this. Yep. Someone comes in and says, here. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
And then it's like, oh no, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and if you ask for it back too much or too many times, we're gonna shut the fucking account down. Because we're using your shit, nigga. Chill.
Exactly.
It's like the friend that gives you the Xbox for a week. You feel me? And you're using it. You unplugged it into the wall, have it set up and shit. And then if they ask you, you're like, chill, bro, I got you next week.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. And it's like you said, like that, the FDIC, like I'd advise anyone watching this, if you are a multi-millionaire one day, if you have a ton of money, I'm talking about honestly anything over 250,000 in the bank account, take that shit out.
Oh
Because
my
literally, like
God.
you said, it's
Yeah.
like it's only FDIC insured is 250,000. So imagine someone has $1 million, the whole bank goes bankrupt. You're literally only guaranteed 250,000.
Not even that. I'd be trying to tell that, Patrick, and then I'd be trying to tell people your money loses every day it's in a savings account. Inflation is happening constantly. Even if it's a small rate, it's happening constantly. So 250,000 today will not be worth a lot. A year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it'll just keep going down in value. So like I always tell dudes, like investing is the way you recalibrate your money to the market.
No.
Whether you're gaining or losing, you're recalibrating your money to what the market is at the time.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, like, oh no, my bad. You go ahead, Eric.
It's really the only way you can keep up with inflation, because you just holding your money, you're gonna lose every time.
Every time, bro.
And like, I mean, to piggyback off what Eric was saying, like with the ETFs, you can put your money in an ETF and make 8%. There's literally like there's a study that said like if you literally put any amount of money into the stock market and you literally just don't touch it for like 10 years, you'll 99.9% see a return in your money. Like it's almost guaranteed. Like there's one YouTuber I watch, and he had a monkey pick a bowl of like there was like 50 stocks in there, and the monkey picked 3 stocks out, and he put 20,000 into each stock, and he checked them 5 years later, and they all made money. You know what I mean? Like a monkey picked the stocks for him. It's almost guaranteed
it's
money.
Almost foolproof.
You invest in the S&P, bro, you're gonna make 7% every year on average.
Easy.
On average.
That's
on average. So what
average.
if the market has a good year? You're up, bro.
10-12% possibly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you look at any cryptocurrencies as well?
Dogecoin and Ethereum. I mean, not Dogecoin, from Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Oh, I was like Dogecoin. Oof, that's the. How do you feel about the? No, how do you feel about the meme stonks? I'm in a little Reddit thing.
I have an opinion on that too.
Oh yeah, I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on it.
Mm-hmm. Like I feel like that's what's fucking people over, which people are making money off of. But it's like, okay, if you're gonna invest in what you know. Don't invest off of like, yo, so and so told me to put 1,000 into this and it'll make money. And then niggas lose 1,000 and now niggas ain't friends no more because y'all lost all this money together. It's like, bro, invest in what you know. Like AMC, that one just went to what, $60, $70, and now it's back into the 40s. But what people aren't seeing is that 9 higher ups of AMC sold stock.
Yeah.
And that tells me like, all right, they know that this price shouldn't be up here, that this company is not worth $30 to $60. If they're selling their shares, why would I put my money into it?
Damn. Yeah, P.
No, I definitely agree with everything that Eric said. And I just have to piggyback off what he said when he's talked about the higher ups. Like these people are really making these higher ups rich by doing dumb things. Like and I think that AMC, like GameStop, Dogecoin, I think these are all like they're all useful in their own right. I feel like it's a great way to make money if you know what you're doing. But if you're not, you should just stop. But that's besides the point. I don't know. I think it's useful in the stock market. I feel like it's like almost like a comic relief in a movie. It's like, oh snap, like I can hop in and make 20,000 in a day if you know what you're doing. Obviously.
And that's the thing too. Like you can, but people get greedy.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I made 1,000. I can make 10 bands, and next thing you know, you're down.
Then that's just gambling. You're just gambling. Like you're just doing educational gambling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. LOL. It's funny. These meme stock have literally changed. Like it falls right in line with like social media and the rise of it, bro. It's changed like even the way like what we consider to be tampering. Like imagine Elon Musk will post something, Dogecoin, the rise, the rocket, and it'll boom. And it's like, yo, no one's thinking, hold on, does he have shares of Dogecoin that maybe he's trying to make go up? And so in my head, I'm like, is this not tampering? And he doesn't get in trouble for shit like that. But like you said, Patrick, these higher ups, they have the drop on this shit, bro. When y'all go do these dumbass, either y'all are pulling y'all money out of something because you're scared or you're following your feelings, is what I say. you're following your fucking feelings instead of thinking rationally and what is like taking in the reality of what's actually happening, you will end up losing a lot of money, bro.
If you can't handle your emotions, do not invest. Straight
Oh
up.
my God.
Do not invest if you can't
Because
handle
people will see, some people will see, bro, I lost $10 today. I'm taking everything out. Like
exactly.
you,
And then
But
next
that
day you'll be like,
happens though. That's what happens. Like when I first got in, Patrick, you put me on. The first day I saw we lost money, I called, yo, hey, bruh, what's going on, man? Because like, you know, we down like 15, man. I don't know.
yeah.
Like, I think we should just go ahead and call it quits, bruh.
Let's
And
just
just
actually just shut down the whole
yeah, you
fund.
feel
Let's
me?
just
Let's
like our whole
let's
account.
take our little win. And then we
But
kept in what to like Jamia and companies like that. We ended up making some nice
that's what I'm
money. So
saying. Like you just have to look at like once you're in it for enough time, you're gonna realize those bad days are gonna be covered by good days 10 times over. Cause that's just how it works. Like that, you know what I mean? Like obviously the people that just started probably this February, I do feel bad for them because literally
oh
all they've done is lost money at this point, and
yeah.
they really have no hope. But I promise, even if this lasts for the whole year, even if this lasts a whole year and through the next half of the year, like if it starts like say next March, like making money, I promise they're going to see something that it's
Yeah.
going to be so worth that year and a half. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like you have to be really patient, like Eric said. You just have to.
you just got to let it sit and forget about it. Not forget about it, but just leave it. Let it sit. Keep doing your
Yeah,
research on that company to make sure it's a good company is also, but let it sit. Just let it
for
sit and build.
And that's why that's why the first advice they always tell you, Pat, you told me invest what you're willing to lose.
yes,
Because there is nothing worse than the
yes.
investor that's like, oh, I was watching your video with Tamia and you said it on there. I posted it. It was like, yo, I got $100 in my account. I'm investing $100.
Yeah, no, like, bro, yeah,
Oh,
and that's the thing. Like these people, like that have FOMO. They'll see, like you said, like because
Mhm.
AMC, I think it jumped 500 or no $56 in one day because it was at like 16, then it went up to like you said 64.
mhm.
But people will be like, bro, like they'll see they jump that much, like, oh, tomorrow, like it's gonna go up to 70. I'm gonna put all this 200, like these $2,000 I have in all my savings, and I'm gonna put it all in there. Next
And then
day, it goes down 13%, and you lost almost all the money that you put in. Now you look
And now
stupid,
you don't have any money to feed your family. Like, what are you doing,
bro.
man?
You know what I
pay
mean?
bills.
And
Yeah.
that's why these people who invest in these meme stocks honestly are smart. The smart ones that got rich off it, they take their initial investment out. This is what my dad taught me. Once I realized like you make enough money, you can take your initial investment out and literally just play everything that's in there. You
Yeah,
lose all that, you literally lost nothing.
you
You
still
lost
got
nothing because you took out what you made, what you put in, and you're just playing with house money at that point. You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like that's literally just play money. So I feel
Damn.
like I don't know. It's just so much that people just need to
Mm-hmm.
stay educated on
Like
before they
I feel
start.
bad for the people that bought Dogecoin at 70 cents, thinking the shit was
Oh,
gonna go up.
geez.
Oh my God.
That shit hit 17 yesterday. Think how much they down.
Yeah, bro, that's bad. Especially with those small ones, because like that's when you lose big chunks of money because the percentages are wild.
And you got mad shares too.
Yeah, you have mad shares, so it gets bad. But off the topic of investing, man. So what is y'all's goal in life then? Because obviously we all want to invest to get money, but what does that end goal look like? What is this lifestyle that you're living? You said like, not working, right? And stuff and being able to say I don't want to work, but like what does it look like in fruition? I guess physically and just mentally for you.
I guess it's just being able to provide no matter what situation, knowing I got it and we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to give my kids a better life than I had. And really, yeah, just not working, doing what I want to do, being able to buy my time back.
Mm-hmm. So you must not like the 9 to 5 life,
Oh,
of
I hate
course.
this shit, bro. I hate this shit, bro.
I'm at it right now. I'm sitting here in it right now. I feel like the 9 to 5 is a vessel that is underutilized.
For sure.
Because oftentimes we shit on niggas. Oh, he works 9 to 5. Most of our parents work 9 to 5s and were able to afford a decent life for us.
Yeah, of
You see what I'm
course.
saying? And so maybe they didn't utilize it all the way, right? But definitely, I feel like our generation has the chance with all the accessibility of information. I feel like we can take the 9 to 5 and take the capital from it and do things like real estate, invest in other
Mhm.
areas of our life and build real estates off of it. But I feel like we're in this culture of niggas who are just like, ew. And I'm
See,
like, bro, uh-huh.
and that's the thing. Like the 9 to 5, there's nothing wrong with it. You're making your money. You gotta do what you gotta do. So don't let someone shit talk you out of working a 9 to 5 because hey, you making money and that nigga probably broke.
Yeah,
It's gonna
bro.
be shit talking a 9 to 5. So
It's
that's
like dudes rather be like, it'd be like dudes rather work at like a restaurant than a 9 to 5. And I'm
for
like,
real.
bro, a 9 to 5 shitty, but if you have to work 8 hours at a restaurant, that's even more shitty. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's okay at our age, but like in the future though, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
just
no, like I enjoy serving like from like age 18 to 21, but trust me, I don't want to be a server when I'm 30. You know what I mean? Like I don't those $100 in tips that one night's not gonna do me well when I'm 30 years old.
yeah. What's the
So
worst job you guys ever worked?
I've only
Oh,
worked serving jobs, so
Or really, what's the worst restaurant then that you worked that you like, what the hell?
there was this one time that this one of my bosses said I was 10 minutes late. I came in. He was an asshole, by the way. But like he said I was 10 minutes late. I was literally 1 minute late. And he was like, how are you gonna tell me? I was like, how are you gonna tell me? I was like, you can check the clock in right now. And we were in front of like 5 of my like coworkers. So he
Yeah.
checked the clock in and I was 1 minute late. And he was like, you're lucky. He's like, you're lucky you got off this time. I was like, bro, what's your problem? And he was like, excuse me? I was like, bro, what's your problem? Like, you literally just called me out in front of all these employees. Like, you could have just pulled me to the side. He's like, I could do whatever the fuck I want. And I was like, bro, you're not finna talk to me like that. He's like, yes, I am if you want to work here. And I was like, bro, I quit. So I walked out that day and I never came back. That's probably the worst place I ever worked at.
What is I'm sorry, I have to ask, what's the name of the restaurant?
It's Over the Top Burger. It's called Over the
Over the,
Top Burger.
over the top. See, I don't even know them. They
Yeah,
should.
I'm not gonna lie, their food was pretty bust. Like their food was pretty good. And the tips were nice, but nah, it wasn't worth it, bro. But you see, some people, and it sucks because they really do feel like money is all knowing, which we've been trained that way, but it's really not. I couldn't work there even if I had a family to feed. I don't think I could battle
I've
through that.
seen people, and I understand circumstance, and I don't like to be that dude because I understand like you got to do what you got to do sometimes. But I have seen people at jobs that are replaceable. Like what I don't get is like it's not like you were the head of a firm. Like, bro, if you work for a restaurant, you can get another restaurant job.
That's the
Like,
thing.
even if it takes you 2 weeks and you still got to work, then you can apply. Like, I've seen people get called out of their fucking name at work, like bitch at work, and they're just you feel me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I'm like, yo, you not, bro. I know me. I'm walking. I'll never come back. I will never come back. A lot of jobs, when I didn't like the job, what I would do is I would let y'all think I'm coming into work, and
Oh no,
I never come back.
bro. I'm literally, and this sucks.
Calls.
I'm the king of no 2 week notice, bro. I've never put in a 2 week notice in my life. And I've worked at like 5 different restaurants, bro. Never
Yeah.
have I ever 2 week notice.
For me, the shitty jobs, I'm like, I'm not giving y'all the courtesy of a 2 week notice. Fuck you. This
I'll
is
never do that.
yeah, I'm
You
just
say-
never coming back. My phone's getting blown up. Messages, hey Kev, man, I hope everything's okay, dude. You know, we're expecting you in today. We haven't heard anything, but if you could just let me know if you're coming in or not. Block that.
Oh,
number.
y'all busy? My bad.
That's crazy. Fuck around, go eat at the restaurant.
I've actually never done that. I never eat at the places I quit at.
Oh yeah, same. I like people be trying to give me like PF chains. Like you should come. I'm like, I don't want to see none of them hoes again. Like that place gives me PTSD. Why would I go eat in that environment? Like, ew. But Eric, what's the worst job you ever worked, man?
Bro, I was working at Discount Tire, and bro, like y'all see all the lifted trucks that we got out in Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So basically, all I did was change tires, and they were strict, boy. Like it was like 15 minutes. You need to change, mount, balance 4 tires, and like let's keep this shit going,
Wait,
bro.
15 minutes though? Four
Yeah,
tires?
yes,
Takes me
bro.
about an hour to change
They thought
one.
they thought y'all was a pit crew or something, huh?
Bro, like,
yeah, niggas coming that bitch like NASCAR.
bro, back hurting, sore as hell, bro. I felt like I was 30. I felt like I was in my 40s every day, bro. I was
That's
like,
so
no,
crazy.
getting
Hey,
paid. I mean,
how much were they paying you guys,
dude, I was
man?
only getting paid 12 an hour.
Oh nah.
Yeah. So that's when I was like, all right, I need to figure out something else. So that's when I went to Subaru because they paid me by the hour and I got paid for whatever job I did on top of that.
Dope.
Oh, so it's nice. It's nice of you mess with Subaru.
Yeah. So like before I was getting paid by the hour that I was there. And then like a mountain balance of 4 tires that paid like an hour and a half. So I have a whole hour and a half to do it, and they're gonna pay me for that job on top of what I'm there for.
And so, say, because I don't know, honestly, I don't know how long it takes to mount and do 4 tires, but like if you get an hour and a half for 4 tires, when you're finished with that, do you get like, say it takes 15 minutes, do you get the rest of that time off? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Well, I
wow.
mean, if you want to, like now I just get paid by the job. So basically, okay, if I get a tire job, right, and that's an hour and a half, but it only takes me 30 minutes, I made an hour and a half.
So you can just get on to the next project.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
basically,
dope.
like how efficient can you be?
Nice.
That's
I
dope.
like that.
Damn, that sounds crazy, man. You really were NASCAR pit crew at some
Hey,
point.
but I do got to get out in a minute because my family's here.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, in a minute. Well, probably 10:40.
I was gonna say the worst job I worked was a moving company, bro. I was outside in the heat, dead summer. My first job, my hands were bleeding. Like we lift so much different stuff. My hands were literally bleeding. Like I had cuts, and I just knew that summer I worked 3 jobs, and I just knew I
Oh,
had
you're
to.
talking about home team, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Dang.
literally, I worked one home team job. So I came down here with him for vacation, and he was like, "Bro, one of my homeboys called out for the home team." This is like literally 5 minutes me off the plane, like off the plane, tired as hell. He's like, "Bro, just do this one home team job with us, and we're good." Bro, that's the day I realized I will never ever be a mover for as long as I live, bro. Like moving, honestly, is probably the single worst thing to do
Off the
in your
plane,
free time.
bro.
Bruh.
Off the
And
plane.
I told Patrick, hey man, this would be an easy job, man. Don't you worry about it.
I got $20 for it.
Oh,
Slow.
hell no,
I didn't
man.
even get the rest of my money for it. I still haven't got the rest of that money.
Jamarcus still owe this man. What is it? 35?
But I know Jamarcus when it slimed me out the money. So
Nah, he wouldn't. But all right, since Patrick's about to have to go soon, I'm gonna shoot some questions at you real quick, Eric. Just to hear your quick thoughts. Have you heard about NFTs?
Yeah.
How do you feel about those? Yes, no.
Yeah, bro, that's definitely like could
Mhm.
be the future of investing. And especially it's good to be invested into the cryptocurrencies because a lot of people are using the cryptocurrencies to buy the NFTs. So like
Mm,
Ethereum goes hand in hand with some of the NFTs. So it makes
right.
sense to just be in those cryptocurrencies as well.
Facts. Yeah, for those who don't know, NFTs, non-fungible tokens, do your research. They're like displays of anything visual, audio that are encrypted with like blockchain, stuff
Maybe
like that.
random shit too.
Yeah, even random ass shit. Last one, I think the highest one sold for $70 million. How do you feel? Do you feel like inflation's happening?
Of course. It's
Yeah.
always you can't stop it. That's
Especially like after COVID, primarily though. Do you feel like it's about to get bad?
even worse. I feel like there's a market crash coming, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah,
Another
no,
crash.
same. That'll be the best time to invest though.
Yes. So
Yeah,
get your money ready.
absolutely. How do you
discounts.
what are your biggest advice for people who are just starting? What would that be?
Do your own research,
Mm,
get hold of your emotions, and don't look at everybody else's gains. So like if you're only making $10, yo, you made $10. So it may not be like, yo, he made 1,000. That's fine. You made $10, dog. You profited. Take it. Don't be greedy. And
don't
just
be greedy. I
slow
like
and
it.
steady. It's a marathon, not a sprint,
Mhm.
bro.
How do you feel about billionaires? Do you feel like we should have them, or do you feel like it's a no?
Bro, I don't get why people be hating on them. They did what they had to do. Like Bezos, Elon, people get mad, but Trump that he ain't paying taxes. Learn to play the game. There's a very
Facts.
game that's being played right now that they have mastered. So instead of hating on them, let's
Learn how
learn.
to play that shit.
I
Yeah,
got to
Yes.
just
butt
make
in and just say that billionaires are needed as much as
yeah.
people hate them. And the thing is, I just got to go on this quick small tangent. I
Go
think
ahead,
billionaires,
go
like,
ahead, snap, Patrick. Go
a lot
ahead.
of a lot of the billionaires that we know, like Bezos
Uh-huh.
and Elon and all these stuff, like I don't know why people think they're stealing money when basically they did nothing but double down on themselves. Like Bezos, like all y'all know, Bezos' yearly salary is 80,000. The only reason he's making as much money as he is because he has like
Shares.
50 million shares in
Shares.
Amazon.
And they're
And
like
Amazon,
taxes. I'm like, if he doesn't pull out his fucking shares, he doesn't get taxed, guys.
bro, if Amazon went to zero today, Jeff Bezos would be us. He'd be us.
Exactly.
But I mean, he probably has his money set. He's probably smart with his money,
Mhm.
obviously. if he had all his money that he still had in there, but that's how I feel about billionaires. They're needed. But
Especially a free capitalistic world allows for billionaires. It's
easy.
a communist world or a socialistic world that doesn't allow for it. So
Yeah.
people got to be, and we all use their fucking products. So I'm like, be a little grateful. You feel me? A little bit. We can
that whole boycott Amazon, like you must be
Why y'all
stupid.
work?
You think I'm finna freaking boycott 2-day shipping?
Hell no.
You got me.
Bro, he's about to go into space, and I see a petition starting.
I peep
not
it.
bring him back. From
People have been talking about like,
what?
Wait, not bringing him back?
Yeah, they're like, yo, keep him in space. I'm like,
Jeff
what?
Bezos, keep the nigga at space.
Yes.
And then he would probably end up building a whole society on the moon.
For real, bro.
Like that's the type of dude but people was joking around. They're talking about something. Look at him, he's going back home. Like I do think some of these billionaires though really are wired differently. Like don't strive to be
But the
Bezos
thing is,
or
think
Bill
of it
Gates.
like this.
It's
Look
impossible.
at Rockefeller. It's simple. There's simple business models. A gap in the economy, a needed something that's needed or wanted heavily, and you just supply it, bro. You figure out a way to supply
But it's
it.
also they're also basically a lot of their money is based off pure luck. Like obviously they're geniuses, but to accumulate $180 billion, that takes a substantial amount of luck.
I will say this though. My one point for people who are looking at them and how they got there, I would tell everyone though, they all started with some form of capital beforehand. Elon Musk is the co-founder of PayPal, guys. Without that, he doesn't get Tesla. Rockefeller was doing what he was doing. He was working a shitty ass job just to build that little amount of capital to allow them. So whatever you do, if you're a nail tech, fucking 9 to 5, whatever you do, make sure you have a capital set aside so that you can pursue something to the fullest extent. Because a lot of people, the gap in between people's dreams, a lot of times is just what you're financially able to do at that moment. If you can't commit, you can't produce. Those who can commit will produce, even if the idea is worse than yours. You feel me? Privatization of space, nigga. A 5-year-old could have thought of that. There should be a business that goes to space other than fucking a government organization like NASA. Elon just had the capital to do it. You don't.
Right. And even like people fail to realize it's really hard and it's very like nerve-wracking to think about it. But if you present the right idea to people that have the capital,
fundraising,
they will give you the money if you're confident enough that you're gonna make that money back.
And if you
know what I mean, that's exactly what Jeff
Bezos
did. His mom and dad gave him $250,000 for Amazon. I mean, I'm pretty sure they got that $250,000 back. You know what I mean?
I think they got their $250,000.
So it's like just believe in yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Another thing.
You want to say something, Eric?
Go ahead. No, Yago, what was you about to say, Kev?
I was just going to ask you another question. Where's 123 investments headed? What can we look forward to in the near future?
I got a whole new page starting up, so it's gonna be a whole different vibe coming. That's why I haven't been posting on it. I got a whole different thing I'm trying to start with.
Say less. Let us know if we can help in any way, man. You know, I love to participate in what people do. I think what you have is dope. You're the one page. Every time someone asks me about investing, I tell them, go look at this. From the first video all the way to the last one. If you watch all those, you even taught me shit I ain't know. If you watch all those, you have the knowledge at least to be confident when you go in. You start putting your money places versus just listening to me or listening to your friends say, hey, bro, put money in this. Like you're not going to be confident, bro. You just going to be swinging at the stars and shit. So
I'll send y'all the link because I already have the page up. It's just not completed yet, but I'll let y'all look at it. I'll send y'all in the DMs.
All right, say less, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Do that.
I love to. And then favorite type of investing?
Dividends, bro. Put your money in and you get paid for putting your money there, bro. That's just awesome. Okay. And you just let it sit and compound.
This is fact.
Your money is making money on itself.
Compound interest. I'm so glad you said that. Compound interest is the single most important thing in investing. Once you have compound interest, you're set for life.
Yes.
Literally.
Like right now, I only got paid $1.80, but 10 years now, that shit might be $1,000 a month.
Oh my God.
That's a bill. That's your rent. That you ain't gonna work about.
That's nice.
That's a fact. I would say, I was gonna say, for those watching, you and you too, you should look at a guy named Jake Tran. He does a whole
I watch Jake Tran. You put me on.
Okay, I love his videos, man. He literally talked about dividends. He has a whole episode dedicated to that and how dividends are helping these billionaires become even richer because the money's just staying there. They're paying themselves, and and you know,
it's a higher paying savings account.
Mhm.
And you're
It is.
building equity on the company if the stock price goes up. So
Yeah.
it's like, it
And
just
most companies are gonna have dividends because they have too much money. Like, here, you're already invested with us.
Absolutely.
Here's a
like,
payout.
so like, even if if you want to invest in real estate, right? And you
Mhm.
can't buy a real estate property, invest in a REIT, because
Yep.
what they have to do, they have to legally pay back 90% of what they make back to the shareholders.
Wow. I
They
did
give
not
you
know
the,
that.
yeah, they're giving you some of the biggest dividend payments.
I can't wait to go back and watch this again because I'm gonna learn something when I go back and watch this. Another question: real estate, real quick. How do you feel about real estate? Are you planning to get? I'm assuming everyone in here is planning on getting in real estate at some point in their
At
life.
some point in my life, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
Right now, I just want an apartment that I can rent out, but soon I do want to start investing into real estate. But for now, I just don't want to worry about having to renovate and find someone to like rent out to.
Yeah.
So first, I want to get my money right to be able to
Absolutely.
invest in market and stuff, and then
Yeah.
definitely tap into real estate.
Yeah.
If
I'll
you're
say
into right
this.
now,
There's
though,
yeah.
if
Yeah.
you're
I have
into
a
right now,
friend. I have a
shoot,
friend who just graduated college. 1 year out of college is buying his first house,
damn,
his first piece of property. And I'll say he's gonna teach me a lot of tricks. I've heard, and I kind of already know there's a ton of tricks to buying real estate. You know, a lot of times people think, oh, you got to have all the money up front. No, you don't. You got to have the down payment,
don't.
and you got to have a method to pay that monthly mortgage. And if you can find a way to do that, whether it's buying an apartment complex that's a couple units, that's $400,000, getting a bank loan, and then having the renters pay the mortgage off, there's tons of methods to do that. So,
There's
you know,
definitely a lot of research that you have to do when buying your first house. Don't just go into like, oh yeah, I want to buy my first house, because
yeah.
Oh
you'll
yeah, no.
spend much more than you actually have to.
Also, and for a fact, like you got to do it in places that are developing. I would never tell you to go buy a piece of property in New York. It's probably at its highest value that it'll ever be because people are moving out of New York. That's just a fact.
Yes.
I would tell you go buy a place in Texas because Texas seems to be the new booming place that all the companies are moving to.
You know where
So
else? You know where else you could buy a place in?
where
Gwinnett County.
Chico,
Like, I
that, that
literally,
the
I
little
turn the
commute to
corner and there's a new project everywhere I go.
every
Like,
single. Did they finish the M ready? They finished my racetrack in the
they
top
finished
off.
Andretti, bro. When you come
And
back,
Andretti's
bro,
top off is done.
there's
Uh,
so much. Like, they built new apartments near the Brave Stadium. More, they built new
really?
apartments next to the mall. They're
Wow.
building houses right
The whole
across from
complex is
You
done.
know what's coming next, guys?
what?
Skyscrapers and businesses. I'm telling you, market now, not now, but 10 years from now, when we are having our first kids, there'll be skyscrapers at GCO. And
Yeah,
we'll have to tell them. Mhm.
Lawrenceville or Buford is going to be the next mini ATO.
Absolutely. And it's shit. It's not too far. Like there's gonna be a point in time, maybe when we die, we're from Atlanta to GCO, it'll be straight skyscrapers.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
It's definitely expanding too. So like, even if you don't want property like dead set in the middle of Gwinnett, go on the outskirts, because Gwinnett is just going to keep expanding, and you're
Yo,
just gonna keep making money on that property.
that's that thinking ahead. That's that thinking
absolutely.
ahead.
And they keep hating on the G code and it's gotta stop. The commute,
Yep.
it's the little commute to Atlanta, though. That's a great place to buy property, bro. You got the commute to Atlanta, the commute to Athens, it's whatever you want, bro. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're really in the
Big
dead center
podcast,
still,
the
man.
home of GCO.
For real.
Ella, yeah,
Yes, sir.
but Patrick, I know you got to get going. Eric, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
Man. This
Eric,
was a
we
long
really
time coming.
Nah, thank y'all for having me, bro. This was dope. Definitely
Easily the most education. This has to be the most educational one we've done.
I can say this wholeheartedly. This was for and everyone we interviewed. I apologize, but this was my favorite one. This is
Oh,
my.
this is your favorite one,
I gotta say,
Patrick?
this is my favorite one.
This is to me, this is my most important one.
Really?
Because prior to this, it would have been maybe Tamia's or someone else's as far as finance could be talking like foreign exchange with her. But this one is so important because it's like, bro, a lot of our friends don't know much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is just kind of a scramble of, bro, these are all the things you need to be Googling and figuring out. Because if you can figure it out now, you can be set 15 years down the line. If you're just thinking about this at 27, you're years behind, bro.
Bro,
Yeah.
and like one quick thing. Read, bro. Like, I hate reading, but there's so much information in the libraries, bro. Go buy a book, bro. Like, I hated reading. I hate it. But I've read the most books I've ever read in this past year. Go read.
I agree. I got one with me right now.
Hell yeah, bro. Go read. Invest in yourself, man. Invest in your education.
Reinvest in yourself, bro. whatever it is that you failed at or wasn't able to do, put back into it, man. Because when you reap those benefits, man, all it takes is one. Literally, all it takes is one time for something to pay off for you to change your whole outscope of life. So
For sure.
but I appreciate you, Eric.
Thank you.
I'm
man.
definitely gonna send you the link.